other things you'll need to know about working Sportwall includes the zero mode. Remember, we have 4 games, so if I hit the red button, I have game 1, 2, 3, and 4. But what happens when the first number is 0? When the first number is 0, I call that administration mode. You can do 2 things from that point on. You can turn on the volume of the white speakers, which I'll show you in a second, or you can make the game auto reset or not. There's only a couple numbers you need to remember. Go to 0, then hit your level button until you're on 0-4. That's what I like to stick with. 0-4 means that after you're done with the game, the scores will stay up for 5-6 seconds or so, then they'll automatically reset and you can play the same game over again. So what you could do while you're on 0-4, have that setting. I go to game 1-3. Let's put it on 10 seconds. We play the game. 1-3 is above the line 5 points. Below the line -1. When the time runs out, the scores 14 and 19 will stay up there for about 5 seconds. Without touching anything, they will go back to 0 and the time will reset to 10 seconds. This game will play over and over again. So if you're a teacher or an instructor, you can set it on 0-4, put it on 1 game, and you can play that same game over and over again. You don't have to use your hands and feet every time. You can switch to a ball, a beanbag, anything like that. So remember, 0-4 is automatic reset. There are 2 sets of speakers with Sportwall. You have 2 sets. There's speakers at the bottom of the panel, which you can see here. These make the beeping noise, the target noises, okay? You also have 2 white speakers, one on top of panel number 1 and one on top of the last panel. Those are going to make voice instruction, and I'm going to show you now how to turn on that voice instruction. So far during this short presentation, I've had the voice instruction turned off. So if I would like to turn it on, I can use my red button till I'm in 0 administration mode. Now I hit the volume button, the blue button. Hear that beeping? It goes up to about 8 levels. So I want to go to about where I hear it. Now voice instruction is on. When I go to a game,
first shot starts the game.
Rally ball.
Chase the lights and find the tune. See how far you can get.
Chase
first
the
shot
tune.
starts. Chase the target. The
Chase the target.
Bigger. Knock the lights out.
Knock the lights out.
Counts down. Knock as many lights out as possible. First shot starts the game.
So if you are in the 0 mode and you touch this blue button, instead of working on the bottom speakers, you're going to turn on the individual speakers on top. You're going to turn on the voice instruction. And that will stay on until you turn it off again.
First shot starts the chase the lights and chase the target. Knock the lights out while the clock.
Now we're going to find out how to turn it off. Voice instruction is great if you're having a carnival, an outdoor event, something really fun. But if you're really trying to work with a group of kids, you might want to turn that off. To turn that off, what you do is you go back to 0.
First shot, chase, knock the lights out while the clock.
I hit the volume button. And I hit it until I get to the very highest beat. And then 1 more. So the highest beep and 1 more. Now it's off. Okay? One more thing to remember is, if you have those white speakers on, you will not hear the charge tune. You will hear a different kind of a cheering after. So if you want to hear that charge tune, you need to have the voice instruction on. Those are the 2 things you can do in 0 mode. You can make it automatic restart, and you can make the voice instruction go on and off. Because remember, when I'm in a game, 1, 2, 3, or 4, and I press this volume button, I work on the speakers on the bottom for the panels, okay? So that's the 2 differences between voice instruction and the panel speakers. Now if you're new to the system, new to Sportwall, or you have a group of people who are new, there's an easy way to play some of these games. Remember at first here we talked about the remote game box. We've been using it in instructor mode. That means it works the same as the remote control. A trick you can use is to flip this switch over till it says individual workout mode. Now it is no longer going to work like a remote control. Now what happens is we have 4 pre-chosen games for you to play. Every time I hit the red button, it's going to go to game 3-2, which is chase the target. And it's going to play for 60 seconds. If I hit the yellow button, it's no longer going to work on level, but it's going to go to game 4-3, which is knock the lights out for 60 seconds. If I choose the green button, it's going to go to that easy game, 1-1 for 60 seconds. And if I choose the blue button instead of volume while it's over on individual workout mode, it's going to go to play the tune for 60 seconds. So what I like to do if I'm showing a new group of people is, go ahead and flip this switch over here. Now you have 4 pre-chosen games that you can play. You can leave that remote control right there and you can play those 4 games as long as you want. You don't have to remember or go to the book or anything like that. That's another choice that you have. One more thing about this remote game box is there's a little lock on the side. Sometimes school situations or YMCAs, they don't want the kids to mess with this, or the adults. They just want to use this handheld remote control. There's a little key on your remote control. You can lock this. When you have this locked, the buttons will not work. Will not work at all. Only the remote control will work. If you unlock it, you can use both. So next time, if you're at a site and you can't get this to work, make sure you check to see that it's unlocked. Okay, that was your quick overview of Sportwall's training station system. We learned about the games, a few of the games, how to play them, how to use the remote game box, how to turn the system on and off, turn the volume up and down, things like that. So now that's all left to do is play. Remember, go to www.sportwall.com. You can pull up our training station manual. In there you'll find hundreds of activities that you can use on this. Right now, I think I'm going to play one right now. Have fun with your students.